Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hope for the Soul. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
Hello.
I've missed you guys. Now, I've been waiting to tell these two jokes.
You better have jokes today. There's no excuse for a dud today.
I have been waiting to tell these two jokes for quite some time. The chickens are back.
Back again.
Why did the chicken join the band?
Tell us.
Because it already had drumsticks.
Mallets.
Okay.
Got it.
Now, the next one I've really been waiting for. This joke was sent to me. Okay. What do you get when you put a brown chicken and a brown cow together? A brown chicken, brown cow.
I was like, I feel like I've heard this.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, two drum jokes back to back. There you go.
Yes,
Man,
I love that.
I got a long cable today, and it's.
We
hang
can
myself.
thank Patrick Delana for that joke.
Shout out Patrick.
Hey, I want to mention something here. And since you're having cable issues
I
over there,
might strangle myself here in a minute. Y'all just keep talking.
I want to compliment you on the headphones you're wearing today.
Hey,
Can somebody say 1973?
I actually might wear these from here on out. I like them.
You can hear pretty good.
Yeah, I do. I feel like I won't be messing with my ears.
Well,
how I
they're better
normally do.
for your ears.
And I've got a situation that I'm working with too. So
Yeah, I got you.
I'm going deaf, y'all, is what I'm trying to say.
It's annoying.
And it's in my right ear. Driving down the road, Kayla sits on my right
The
side.
side that I talk to.
The side when we lay in bed, babe, could you get up and give me water? Don't hear it because it's my right ear.
That's convenient,
It's
isn't
the
it?
best
the
of times and the worst of times.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But these headphones actually help. And honestly, I think the reason why I'm going deaf in my right ear is because I've worn in-ears for so long. And there's a period of time when I played guitar and led worship, and I didn't wear my left ear. I only wore my right, and I had it so loud. I honestly think that's why.
Yeah, that's switch it. Well, now it's too late, but for anybody else, switch it every week if you're gonna like leave one out.
Yeah. You're supposed
Really
to
bad
wear both
for your
all the
hearing.
time because of the seal.
Yeah.
Worship leaders, here you go. Listen to us right now. We're going to help you out so you don't end up deaf like me. All right, so
I always want to volunteer to be on the worship team. I always make myself available, but no one seems to feel like that I'm gifted and called in that area.
I will never forget when you told Tori if he needed any backup singers. And he just said, okay. It was so good.
Torrin Wells, I told Torrin that I went to James Woods one time. And
James
Wilson.
Wilson, I'm sorry.
Goodness
Made myself available to him, and I don't think that he was
Dad,
kind.
maybe you should try Bill Gaither. Jason Crabb.
Oh, who's those people we heard the other night, Monday night, at that Christmas party?
Oh,
we
the
were at?
singing Chandlers.
Oh, yeah, the Chandlers. Yes.
You can ask them.
They need an addition to their act, and I think you might be the spice that they need.
Oh, give a shout out to Brother and Sister Chandler. They're the pastor and evangelist singing minstrels.
What's the group that your family comes into town every year and goes to their
Oh,
concert?
the Collingsworth.
They're good. Like
Yeah, they are.
Southern gospel isn't my thing, but they're really good.
She has like magic hands.
She's
yeah,
really
she
good.
really does.
Never had a lesson.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I never had a lesson. You'd never know it.
I read that so she travels with that big Yamaha grand piano.
They loaded every
They
day.
load it. I figured that they just rented at each town or church that they were at, like a specific a C8 or
How
whatever it
does
is.
that not like mess it up?
They probably one of their
They
tech
have
guys or roadies.
somebody tunes it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there's a video of how like they pack it up and put it under it's crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, hey,
They're bound to have some lift that rolls it in there.
it's like one of those big rolling road cases like that they put like all the lights and front of house board and all that in. So anyways, I didn't know we were going to talk about music and Dad being
For all you
towards back up.
listeners who did not know how the Collingsworth load their piano,
Yeah.
you just got it.
Maybe Dad can give us. You can try out for Torin right here, and James, so that you can stand up and dance for Torin, or you can sing for James. So there you go.
The problem for Torin is, I hope he hears this.
I'm sitting
Is I don't want to. I would hate to really intimidate him with my moves.
Oh,
That's so good. All right. We
A
got
young man struggling. If I could help his ministry, I want to.
And then if you sing on top of it, I mean, it's like an added bonus for him.
Yeah, he just howls. I can do the same thing.
Oh my word, that's great. All right, so this is the last episode of the season.
Yes.
I think it was this episode 17.
Before we talk about being the end of all things here, we haven't got a Fifi update.
This is not the end of all things, but let's hear about.
We haven't
Theodore.
heard of our cat update, Fifi.
what about him?
Well, how's things going?
You were going to tell us something a few minutes ago, and we said, wait.
The
wait
last
till we're
we
recording.
heard, he was in like a war with your Christmas tree. That was back in September. You've had a Christmas tree up for a while.
I think I put it up. No, I think I put it up in November now.
Same
I feel
thing.
like I've put it up like literally a month ago that I'm already ready to take it down. So
Hold up.
That was my problem
That's a
with
party foul.
putting it up too early, I think. I think I was ready. I thought I was ready for it. And now I'm like, all right, I'm kind of over it. But I think it was because he was making me so annoyed with it. So I took off all the bulbs and I was like,
You just
all
got
right.
a tree now. Just
Yeah,
a tree.
I took off all the bulbs. This is what worked for me. And I was like, he's getting on my nerves. And I'm just like, I'm getting frustrated with him. So the thing is it's besides my couch. So he gets on the couch and then goes straight up to the middle of the tree and like to the top instead of climbing.
Does the tree fall?
No.
He goes all the way to the top of the tree.
Yeah, he goes all the way to the top. It kind of scares me. So I finally.
He'll land.
Yeah. But he might.
Jason Wright said, I've got experience. They'll land on their feet.
So I had a cat that like hurt himself
I have
because
experience.
he got his foot like, well, he fell down, but then one of my old cats got his foot like stuck in the lights or something. But so he was hanging. Yeah. So he was hurt. So I was
hanging
worried. I'm
cat.
like, I don't want to pay for the vet, So I got a new spray bottle that's more of like the squirt instead of like a mist. And that's what has worked. And then I was able to put my bulbs back on. I took them off for like a day or two because I was like, I would literally be 3 a.m. and I would wake up to, he's like, has a bulb around my kitchen floor, like
Yeah.
patting it back and forth. And it was
Alex,
so
I don't
annoying.
think you're annoyed with the Christmas tree. I don't think the tree's the problem. I think what it is you just realizing that the cat's the problem.
I think I'm learning the unconditional love of parenthood.
You're in a relationship with something that's just not sounding very good.
That's great.
We're better now, though. It's
Well.
a better household.
I appreciate that Alex is learning discipline and how to discipline. That's so good.
So our decorator, she has decorated 1,000 houses this year.
You have done a lot.
Yeah.
What we're trying to figure out is how much money she made and what our cut's going to be.
What, for not being here? Or the moral support?
Oh, it was moral support.
He said it's going to be moral support. She's got one more actually?
No, I am
I
done.
thought you said you had something Friday.
No, that's just a social event.
Oh, this is the labor of love? Way to go. Okay.
That is a social event.
All right.
She's going to bake cookies or something.
Yeah.
There is a tub of cookie dough right now in the refrigerator.
Yeah, I was practicing because, I'm not the best at baking cookies. So that was my practice round, which practice round turned out really good. I actually shocked myself.
Do you just still get in there and eat the dough when she's not looking?
He hasn't that one. He really only... Okay.
Good job.
Okay, well then he has that one.
We used to, when he was at home, we would buy these fundraiser cookie doughs, a bucket of cookie dough, and we'd pay, 5 times what it was worth. 5 times what it's worth. And it would be there in the fridge. And
That was good.
when his mother got ready to use it, she'd open it up and there'd be one cookie ball down in the bottom.
You know what? I looked at it this morning and I was like, wow, it's still there. Obviously, I didn't look good enough. It's probably what, 1 cookie's worth?
No, I just had a couple spoons. not
He's
before
skilled
last.
at covering this. Fluff it all back
Yeah,
up.
you got to get your spoon and scoop, and then you got to get the spoon and stab it and then move it around again. Kind of like what you do when you're eating somebody's vegetables when you go to their house and you don't like vegetables. You just stir it around the plate.
Yeah.
That's the old trick for hiding your cookie dough eating at midnight.
Yeah.
All right, so final episode. It's been a good season. It's been a fun season.
It's been a great season.
Great.
This is honestly probably my favorite season.
Yeah, same. We've got some cool ideas for next season. Seems like we're always trying to change it, always trying to add a little bit. This year we added this room. Next year we've got a couple ideas. Can't see them yet because we don't quite know how we're going to make it work. But
Because they haven't fully unfolded yet.
well, no, the ideas
They're
unfolded.
in the pipeline. They're in the pipeline.
We just have to make it feasible
Yeah.
without.
Yeah.
Well, the cloud's moving. We're just not following it yet.
Yeah. Well, the ideas are free, but making it happen's the hard part, and
Yeah.
doing it reasonably.
But listen, we've got a little extra income because Kayla's been in business and and she's at the profit stage now. So we can spend what we need to spend.
Temple offering, Kayla. Podcast offering.
Podcast offering.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we're coming to an end, and then we have Ascend right around the corner.
Christmas services. We got to talk about Christmas, though. We got to promote that. December
Okay.
17th. We would love for you to be at Conroe Church. If you can't drive and be here, if you can't fly and be here, watch online.
Yeah.
Conroe Church YouTube, conroechurch.live.
Hello, Joy.
It's going to be a great service. Really fun. There's going to be some video elements. Obviously, it's a live service, but
Yeah.
we're kind of blending the two together, and it's going to be really cool. But it's not like so much video that you're like, I could have stayed home. And
Yeah.
we were
Watch
somewhere a
this from
couple weeks
home.
ago, and like we were glad to be there, but it's just like, So then music, and then December 24th, Christmas Eve service. And what's planned for that?
Christmas Eve, just our traditional Christmas Eve candlelight service.
Nice, soft acoustic music.
Mm-hmm.
Dad's preaching that Sunday.
Well, we have an hour and a half, and I need to speak, an hour and 15 minutes that day?
We have an hour for the whole
We
service.
have an hour.
No, I was
So how much time do I need
you
to
said
plan
an hour and
for?
15 minutes. There are so many people that just checked out.
Oh, no. I actually, I love a holiday service
Yeah.
when we can find it's a traditional thought that we try to draw a word picture. And I endeavor to make it a 15, 20-minute word picture that we can wrap our minds and it grabs our hearts. Then we generally, that's a good word. We usually end that service. I don't know what's planned this year. I don't usually know till the day. But then we have like the candlelight where we sing Silent Night and wave the candles around.
That's
I
always
used
my
to-
favorite.
I used to lead that, but now I just participate in that.
That's our duet.
I got so busy with tarring on my schedule
It is.
that I
It is.
wasn't always there,
Yeah.
so they had to do it a different way. But it's always a sweet time.
Well, we can't all be on the road, Dad. We can't all be on the road.
Torin, we need you to give him some time off.
I haven't got my check either, tarring.
That's great.
I'm panhandling from Tarn and from Kayla today.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Ascend Young Adult Conference. Let's talk about that. Super excited about that.
Yeah.
Matt Tuttle is our evening speaker. David Bernard and his wife Connie Bernard are each teaching breakout sessions that Saturday morning, and then Brother Bernard is doing the general session. Very excited about that. Philip Orange will be one of the breakout speakers. He's a great guy, pastor's kid, was raised a pastor's kid. Now he's got a ministry of his own. He's in business, and he's just very, very good at connecting people, but also connecting people with God's purpose and ministry for their life. with their vocation of how, how they minister in the marketplace. And so I'm very excited about that. I think especially as we move forward, I think more and more, it used to be that everybody wanted to be a full-time minister. And now I think we're seeing that slowly change the other way to where even like we've got a lot of friends that have extra sources of income, not because the church can't support them, but because they're trying to be good stewards of the church. And, just, I don't know. So it's really cool. And I think that's going to be a really beneficial conversation for those who are ministry minded, to let them know that you're not less of a minister if you have a secular job.
Right.
But also those who feel no call to preach, but feel like God has something for them. It's just a great blend. So, and then obviously with brother and sister Bernard, I'm so excited about them being there. He's so practical. She's so down to earth, and he's down to earth, but yet he's Dr. David K. Bernard, and
we're trying to figure out a way to get him around this table.
Yeah,
Schedule's looking a little difficult, but if we can get him to sit here with us on our turf, on Hope for the Soul, that would be neat.
Yeah, well, it's just a whirlwind weekend. If not, though, our plans for next year, we'll make it happen. So
absolutely.
So we're ended the year strong. I was talking to Alex, was it last week? And I said, Alex, we're going to have a few days off after Christmas before us end, and it's my goal for us to be tired and worn out by the time that gets there. And we were well on our way. I think we're already tired and worn out. But
so Christmas, what are y'all planning? Y'all have any?
We don't have any plans.
No, we stay low key.
Are y'all coming to our house this year?
I don't know. I can't keep track of that.
I don't know either.
It rotates, so we'll have to go back and how we figure that as we go.
No, we go every year, like at lunchtime.
That is right. We go every year at lunchtime, and then we're at your mom's
that evening.
We're at your house.
Oh, your mother wants a nice prime rib for that day, and so I think I buy it if you can fix it.
I got you.
Okay, that's nice. Alex, what are you doing for Christmas? Little housekeeping here. little house cooking.
Little family meeting on Hope for the Soul.
I'm going home.
That's good.
Where's home?
Ohio.
Is that north of I-40?
Sure.
I knew it. I knew it.
I am a GPS girly.
Ohio is north of I-70 too, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, basically. Yes. It goes through.
Really?
So yeah. But I'm going home, and I'll be there for the week of Christmas.
Sweet.
So.
Good. Well, I know your mommy will be glad to see you.
Mm-hmm.
You taking the cat?
The original plan was to take the cat, but my plans changed because I was going to fly, and then I was going to drive, and now I'm driving. And my brother-in-law said he did not want the cat there.
Blame it on the brother-in-law,
Yeah.
Alex.
No, I have been giving him so
You
much
need a
grief.
better brother-in-law.
And he's like, "Are you serious?" So
he's gonna listen.
I'm going to put
this
him on blast on Hope for the Soul podcast because he does not like his nephew.
Oh, nephew.
His nephew named Fifi.
Actually, Alex might be going to our house on Christmas now.
You can come over, Alex.
That's funny.
But yeah, he's going to stay here, and Reese and Sheridan are going to check in on him.
Oh, that's good.
That's like Uncle Reese and Aunt Sheridan for him, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
We always take your mom on a trip, leave Christmas Day. Since the nest got empty and y'all are too busy for your little mommy and daddy
We're there
anymore. Yeah, but you leave after 15 minutes, and we sit there like old people looking at the walls, so lonely.
Counting the speckles.
So we started taking a trip that day. We'd go to the airport on Christmas Day, and we go off, but we have a family wedding that got fouled up. But this week I surprised her with plane tickets.
We do have a family wedding.
Oh, wow.
We have to go to the country
We have to
for a wedding.
We have to go
Christmas week.
We have to go.
We have to go to El Paso and back in one day.
No, we have.
Oh,
I
my
think it's in
goodness.
Abilene. Actually, we're going to Abilene.
El Paso, Abilene.
We're going to a cowboy wedding
Same.
So where's your trip with Sister Smith?
in Wesley,
Oh,
New York
okay.
City.
New York City. I
Okay,
snuck it
Okay,
in. on you.
for a second I didn't hear you correctly. That's cool. Are the Christmas decorations still going to be up, I'm assuming?
It's
Yeah.
before Christmas, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're leaving Christmas Day.
No. We always do it, but we can't.
Oh.
So I
Most
snuck
of
her
them they
to
do after.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so they'll be before.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
cool.
Sweet. Well, go take a picture in front of the Rockefeller tree.
Oh, we'll do that for you.
I thought you were going to say go with God.
Or do you want me to see if there's a cat in that tree?
No.
There might
Just
be a
live your
mountain
Home
lion in
Alone
that
life.
tree. There you go.
So I know that this is our last time together on Hope for the Soul. But I feel like, I mean, we always start a new year and we always have these new resolutions and new hopes, and we want to start strong. And we always have new dreams and fresh vision. We start there. But I'm of the inclination this year to finish this year strong.
That's good.
And Conroe Church, we are finishing quite strong. New people all the time, new families committing, baptisms in the Holy Ghost nearly every week. And so I feel like that Conroe Church is finishing strong.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
And I want to finish strong personally.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we wanted to end on today is how do you finish strong? Well, you finish strong, how you start strong. You got to go back to the basics. You got to still be faithful with prayer. You still have to be faithful with your devotion. And there's no substitute for that, no matter what we do. And a lot of times this time of the year we get really busy, and we should. I mean, for a lot of us, it's the best time of the year. But also for a lot of us, it's the worst time of the year. But regardless of where you fall on that spectrum, if it's the worst time of the year, we get so down and out and discouraged because of the events that have happened to make it the worst time of the year. Yeah. And we lose focus of God's goodness in our life. Or if it's the best time of the year, we're celebrating because it's been a great year, or it's been a great season, and now we get our eyes on ourselves. And both extremes, you get your eyes on yourself, on what you've been through or what you did, good or bad, to get you there. And so many times there's a ditch on both sides of the road, and to stay in between, you got to stay anchored to the Word of God. And this is so basic, and it's not a big revelation, but just stay faithful in prayer and reading your Bible and committed to the things of God this holiday season. And it's amazing what consistency that will bring to your life, and the other disciplines that you'll form whenever you take just 5, 10, 15 minutes a day, or if you take an hour, however long your devotion time is, take that and be consistent with it. And that'll kind of anchor you, and you'll find your purpose in that, and you won't focus on what you have or don't have in this season. I think it's so easy for us to get caught up into materialism and consumerism in this time of year. I mean, my goodness, it's marketed to us on a daily basis. And it's really affected how we have to market our services at this time of the year. We have to compete with sales. We have to compete with programs, the Theater Under the Stars, and the ballet, and all these big things across Houston.
I appreciate the way this year y'all have, in the church calendar for December, it seems like that we're doing a lot of things, but you've strategically done them. So like this week we have several events, and like Friday, and even the way that you're doing the over 50s luncheon thing, the way we did the board thing last week, we tucking it in behind the service to where that it's not taking another evening or another day. And
right.
I want to compliment y'all on the thoughtfulness of that. I think that is incredible. But I really think that instead of just trying to get to the end of the year, but I think what we're doing is put the foot on the gas and not just see the end in sight, but rather we're going to accelerate through this thing and see neat things happen. I know in my personal life, I'm in an age when many start to slow, but I'm wrapping up a degree and starting another one, and I hope that's an example for this ministry that we don't slow down, that we refire, we grow excited, we end strong, and I think that's, to me, that's something that's burning inside of me as a man, and as a leader. And I want that to be for Conroe Church. I want this to be a time when, like we had a new family last week that has moved here and that they committed to the church. And to me, that was extremely exciting, because that's like a little bit that's like real growth during the holiday. And that is, to me, to see new things happening during the season when most of us, when it's very easy to go on
Holiday mode.
holiday mode.
Yeah.
And we've done that in the past. I remember one summer, because whenever you fight the summer spirits, you fight the summer ease. I remember one summer I decided that I just told the church that we're not going to fight summer. We're just going to let it unfold what unfolds this year. And that year we had young people jump track. Man, we had crazy things happen.
It takes 2 years to recover from those 2
Well,
months.
it took longer than that because we actually lost people who lost out with the Lord during that season when we decided to hit the cruise control button during summer. And so, if anything, I refused the cruise control from that point forward.
I was talking with someone last week, and he told me he's in business, and he said when people start slowing up or when things get difficult, talking about next year, how, everybody said next year's going to be crazy on all fronts, business, market, everything, politics. He said, I'm looking forward to a time like this because that's when everybody's going to be real conservative and lay back and just try and hold their breath and make it through a rough year. He said, no, this is my opportunity. I've got less competition this year. There's more on the table for me to grab. And I think spiritually that's the same thing. In the Christmas season, let's just lay back and relax and let's spend time with family. Absolutely, let's do that. But let's not do that at the expense of losing momentum here at the church.
We can have family, but we can still have forward progress.
Yeah. And that's why, going back to what you talked about, the calendar, we kind of stack the calendar. Instead of trying to fight culture and the calendar, we manipulate what the church does around what society and culture does. And specifically like this season, okay, we have to have all these things and they're good to have and there's good reason behind it, but let's respect people's time to not take up another night of their week. For instance, like last Sunday, okay, all these people are going to have to eat lunch anyway, and they're after service, they're going to go to lunch. So why don't we just tie into that and respect their time? And when you honor people's time and you value them in that way, that creates more buy-in and they respect more. They want to be a part more because they recognize not only is this church wanting something from me, but they want something for me as well.
Yeah.
They're not wanting to take, they're wanting to give back. And it's just important. And if you want to create momentum, you don't create momentum by saying, hey guys, y'all come with me. I mean, there's an aspect of leadership there where you have to do that. But in this time of the year, if you say, hey, forget everything that's happening in culture and society and in this Christmas season and y'all come do this, there's going to be some that'll do it because you beat them upside the head or they're just submitted or they just
feel obligated,
have good hearts. Or you can craft things around what people are already wanting to do and it creates more excitement. And then we're seeing that blend over to our Sunday services because people's excited about how we've done it and how we've honored their time and how we've respected their times. So when they're in the building, everybody's engaged and we haven't seen a decrease in services. Yeah, we're preaching Christmas theme and every service we're trying to figure out a way to incorporate Christmas music. But we're still focused on a move of God and life's being changed. And I think it just goes back to being disciplined, just keeping the main thing, being simple, being consistent. Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
And less is more a lot of time.
Less is more. Oh my goodness.
I remember times we tried to fill the calendar with all of these events and all of these programs and all of these departments, and everybody was always there. You always had a lot of activity, but everybody was worn out, and we had to deal with other spiritual and morale issues.
Yeah.
And
sometimes we get excited because it's just a big crowd, but if it's the same big crowd at everything, all you're doing is wearing people out.
Yeah.
That's why I love small groups. That's coming up in the new year too. We've got Patrick, Delane, and Alicia have taken over small groups, and I'm so excited about that. And Conroe Church is going to be hearing a lot about that. We're rolling it out in January. But that's what I love about small groups is just no pressure. If you come, great. If you don't, well, we want you there, but it's a small group.
It's small. The key word's small.
Yeah. So if it's 2 or 3 people, it's still not a failure. We're just able to connect with someone on a more meaningful basis. And then a lot of places they've got small groups, and we've been guilty of this too. But everybody signs up for the same small groups, and so it's different small group names, but it's really all the same small group. It's the same people doing just different things, and it wears people out. And some people are wired like that. Some people want to be a part of 3 or 4 small groups and lead a group. I can't do that. I don't have the bandwidth for that. I wish I did, but I just don't.
I did a small group one time to walk the dog.
Yeah.
We had a new puppy, and my small group was me. And after about the third meeting with me, I decided this was small enough.
Well,
I didn't do that one next time.
well, also what you learn is, okay, this isn't effective.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It didn't work.
Like, that's what I love. This conversation is not supposed to be a podcast about small groups, but really small groups helps you decipher who your leaders are and who can connect with people, and it doesn't mean if you have a small group that's a failure, you're not a good leader. It means that maybe your
interest level was not.
Yeah, you were doing something based off of your interest, not an interest of the market, not an interest of what the need of the church is. And so we make ourselves better off of that. But anyway, that's a whole nother tangent. But I'm just so grateful for what God's doing. And I believe that church family and the Conroe church family, and then those in our network that listen, I just want to thank you for tuning into Hope for the Soul this Christmas season. This whole podcast season, when it's season 6, I think it is what it is. We're going into our 3rd year or 4th year.
It has to be 4th year.
We started in 21, going into 24. It's our 3rd. I don't know how that works. Right? Did we start in January 21?
Were we doing this during COVID?
We started no.
We started
Anyway, we've been doing
the
this
summer
a long
of COVID.
time.
We started in 2020.
A long time.
Yeah.
And so I want to thank everybody for being a part and being on this ride. Some people get off and on at different times, and some people stay on the whole time. Some people listen 3 or 4 weeks and then don't, then they catch up and all that. But regardless, we're grateful that you listen.
Absolutely. I want to say also, Allie, you always... Alex, I'm sorry. You always... I want you to know I love you, and I'm proud of you, and I pick on you here on Hope for the Soul.
Yeah.
And there's not a camera on you right now, so everybody doesn't see that blush that you get. But I love you, and I'm so thankful you're part of Conroe Church and Hope for the Soul and all the other things that we do.
Yes.
And you mean a lot to us. Also, I love y'all, and I'm proud of y'all, and so thankful for the growth that is in y'all as a young family. You're really not young anymore. You're kind of, at some point, you have to be full adults, and I think you're nearing that place.
We're not middle-aged, but we really are close.
But I'm proud of y'all, and I just I pray that Caleb finds a whole new repertoire of chicken jokes between now and January when we come back.
I have a few weeks.
So that
For R&D.
that's going to be a neat time, and I'm proud of you, Trent. And it's good. And I just want the blessings of God to be on. I'm talking like an old man here, and I don't mean to, but I just want the blessings of God to be on everything that you put your hands to. And so I want this to prosper, Conroe Church to prosper. I want your family to prosper. Maybe there's more children in the future.
There's
I
no
don't
more
know.
children, but we will prosper nonetheless.
Just prosper the ones you got.
Exactly.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas.
and we'll see y'all soon.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.